Welcome to my channel, Mindsight Musings, Pose Positivity. Hey there fellas, today we're delving into a pretty intriguing topic, manipulation. It's like this subtle game people play in everyday situations. Sometimes, it's like figuring out a puzzle, but other times, it's a bit like someone's changing the rules without you even realizing. We'll be uncovering these sneaky manipulation tactics, shining a light on how they work, and how they might be seeping into our lives without us even noticing. So pull up a chair and let's unravel these manipulation tactics together. Number 1. Gaslighting. Ever had a friend or someone close to you make you question your own reality? That's gaslighting at play. It's like a sneaky mind game where someone tries to make you doubt your own thoughts and feelings. For example, imagine you're sure about something, but then they twist it around, making you wonder if you're completely off base. It's like reality gets this weird makeover, leaving you feeling lost and second-guessing yourself. Think of it as an emotional roller coaster. 1 minute, you're on solid ground. The next, you're in this confusing spin cycle. Gaslighting messes with your perception and can really mess with your confidence too. It's like having the rug pulled from under you, and suddenly, you're left questioning things you were once sure of. It's not a fun ride, that's for sure. Understanding gaslighting is like shining a light in the dark. It's the first step to regaining your footing and trusting your own truth. Remember, you're not crazy. It's just a sneaky manipulation tactic that can make you feel that way. Trust your gut and hold on to your reality. Number 2. Guilt tripping. Ever had someone make you feel like you're carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders? That's guilt tripping in action. It's like this emotional tug-of-war where someone tries to make you feel responsible for things that aren't really your fault. For instance, you might have plans, but they suddenly play that "I'll be so lonely without you" card, making you feel bad for doing your own thing. It's like a guilt grenade they toss your way, and suddenly, you're left feeling obligated to change your plans and cater to their needs. It's like a stealthy emotional pressure cooker. This tactic can be sneaky. It pulls at your heartstrings, making you feel like you're the reason for someone else's unhappiness. It's like they're pushing your emotional buttons, manipulating you into feeling responsible for something that's not on you. Understanding guilt tripping is like shining a spotlight on this hidden emotional weight. Recognizing it can help you see through the manipulation and take a step back to decide what's really fair and what's a guilt trip. Don't let that guilt cloud your skies. Now be aware of what's coming next. Number 3. Love bombing. Ever met someone who showers you with affection from the get-go, like you're their long-lost best friend or a superhero in their eyes? That's love bombing at work. It's like someone's pressed the overload with affection button. They'll flood your inbox with messages, shower you with compliments, and suddenly it feels like you found the most awesome, supportive person on the planet. It's like getting wrapped up in a whirlwind of attention and affection. At first, it feels amazing, like you're on cloud 9. But hold on, because sometimes this isn't all genuine. It can be a tactic to make you feel really special and get you to let your guard down. This intense affection can sometimes feel like a blanket of security, but it's essential to take a step back and see if it's all genuine or part of a bigger plan. Love bombing might be a tactic to get you to drop your guard and trust them more quickly than you usually would. Understanding love bombing is like putting on your detective hat in the world of relationships. It's about balancing the excitement of someone new in your life with a healthy dose of skepticism. Remember, genuine connections often take time to build. Number 4. Silent treatment. Have you ever had someone just shut down on you, not replying to your messages or giving you the cold shoulder? That's the silent treatment, and let me tell you, it's like getting stuck in an emotional ice age. It's when someone deliberately stops communicating or ignores you as a form of punishment or control. It's a tough experience. Suddenly, you're left feeling puzzled, anxious, and wondering what went wrong. It's like hitting a brick wall in a conversation, and it feels like the air's been sucked out of the room. You're left hanging, unsure of what you might have done or said, and it's unsettling. It's a way for someone to gain power in a situation by leaving you in the dark, feeling alone and uncertain. Understanding the silent treatment is like realizing you're in a one-sided conversation where you're left holding an empty bag of words. It's important to remember that this kind of communication isn't healthy, and it's not a fair way to resolve conflicts. Communication should be about understanding, not punishment or control. Number 5. Fear mongering. You know when you're watching the news or even scrolling through social media, and suddenly there's this wave of scary headlines or stories that make you feel like the world's about to end. That's fear-mongering in action. It's like this tactic where information is shared to make you feel anxious or scared, often to influence your thoughts or actions. It's kind of like that friend who always jumps to the worst-case scenario. It's like this cloud of anxiety hovering over you, pushing all the panic buttons. Fear-mongering can be sneaky. It's like someone's waving a red flag to get you to react a certain way or make specific decisions out of fear rather than reason. Understanding fear-mongering is like putting on your detective hat and sifting through the information overload. It's about questioning what's presented to you and not letting the fear take the driver's seat in your decisions. Remember, a bit of skepticism in the face of frightening news can be your best friend. Number 6. Isolation. You know those times when it feels like you're drifting apart from your usual gang, or maybe someone in your life seems to be slowly pulling you away from the people you care about. That's isolation. It's like this gradual separation from your support system or the people who usually have your back. It's like being on an island, feeling cut off from your usual connections. It's like your social circle is getting smaller without you even realizing it. Sometimes, this happens because of someone's influence. They might want to gain more control or make you rely solely on them. It's kind of like a silent drift that leaves you feeling more and more distant from the people you once felt close to. Understanding isolation is like recognizing when someone's trying to create a divide between you and your usual crew. It's important to stay aware and not let yourself be pulled away from the supportive network you've built. Your connections are like lifelines, and staying connected is key. Now I'm going to tell you one tactic that you must hate the most. Number 7. Playing the victim. Have you ever come across someone who always seems to end up being the wronged one in every situation? That's playing the victim. It's like this tactic where someone portrays themselves as the innocent sufferer, even in situations where they might actually be in the wrong. It's like that friend who always manages to make themselves the star of their own dramatic movie, playing the role of the victim. It's like watching a real-life soap opera, and this person always seems to hold the leading role. They have this knack for twisting every story, making themselves out to be the one who's been hurt or wronged, even if they were actually the ones causing the issue. Understanding the victim card is like seeing through someone's story and realizing that they might be using it to get sympathy or avoid taking responsibility. It's important to recognize that not every sob story is genuine and to encourage open and honest communication in any situation. Real conversations can help navigate these scenarios better. Next is something you must guard yourself from. Number 8. Information control. Ever felt like someone was only telling you bits and pieces of a story, leaving out the important bits? That's information control. It's like having someone pick and choose what information to share and what to keep under wraps. It's a bit like your favorite show suddenly going on pause at the most crucial moment. It's like you're being handed a book with pages missing. Information control can be a sneaky tactic where someone decides what you're allowed to know or not know, often to maintain a certain image or control the narrative. Understanding information control is like being the detective in your own story. It's important to realize when someone's manipulating the flow of information and to seek out the full picture. Honest and open communication is key, so everyone's on the same page. After all, information is like a puzzle. Each piece matters to see the whole picture. The next I'm going to tell you could be your favorite one. Number 9. Flattery and charm. Ever met someone who's just overflowing with compliments and charisma? That's the charm offensive in action. It's like being wrapped in a warm blanket of praise and charisma. It feels awesome, doesn't it? Like suddenly, you're the most interesting person in the room, and everything you do is pure genius. It's like having someone sprinkle a little extra sugar on your day. This tactic is often used to make you feel special or win you over. It's a bit like getting caught up in the excitement of being around someone who seems to have a magical way with words and a never-ending well of flattery. Understanding flattery and charm is like recognizing when someone's pouring on the sweetness a bit too thick. Sometimes it's genuine, but other times it might be a tactic to win favor or get you on their side. It's important to balance those compliments with a bit of skepticism and see beyond the glitter to understand someone's true intentions. Pay attention to the next one as it makes you lose arguments all the time. Number 10. Overwhelm and confusion. Ever felt like someone's bombarding you with so much information or so many choices that your brain feels like it's doing backflips? That's overwhelm and confusion. It's like this tactic where someone floods you with too much, leaving you feeling lost in a sea of options or details. It's like trying to pick a cereal in a store with 1,000 options. You just end up feeling more confused than ever. It's like your brain's trying to juggle too many balls at once and suddenly, everything seems like a blur. This tactic can leave you feeling like you're drowning in information, and that confusion is like quicksand. Understanding overwhelm and confusion is like realizing when someone's throwing too much your way on purpose. It's important to take a step back, break things down, and ask for clarity. Clarity is like the flashlight in the dark tunnel of confusion. Next is something you must learn to save yourself from poverty. Number 11. Financial manipulation. Ever had someone use money or financial control to pull the strings in a relationship? That's financial manipulation at play. It's like when someone uses money as a tool to control or influence others. It can be as subtle as saying, "I paid for this, so you owe me," or as intense as controlling all the finances in a relationship. It's like money suddenly becomes more than just bills and coins. It's like a bargaining chip or a power tool. Financial manipulation can leave you feeling like your freedom or choices are tied to your wallet, and it's not a great feeling. Understanding financial manipulation is like realizing when someone's using money as a tool for control. It's important to have open discussions and clear boundaries when it comes to finances in any relationship. After all, money shouldn't be a weapon or a tool for control. It should be a tool for a shared life. Always remember, manipulation could mess up with your psyche and mental health. It is always important to save yourself from these dark manipulation tactics. For daily videos, subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon so you will not miss any updates. Like, comment, and share our content, and let us know about the feedback. Thanks for watching.